don't you kill the probe with the Reaper? Like, it's right there.
Your workers are under attack. SCV ready.
Why'd you just? It's right there. What are you doing, this little micro dual shit? Just kill the probe. Like, you conserving ammo? You honestly don't know? Well, that sums up a lot of these games, right? Protoss, too scary. We're having a fucking micro duel over here. What is this? Is this supposed to be a 2-on-1? Is where we're going? Oh no.
You are now the proud owner of a new baby.
Well, this is actually going pretty well. And you didn't slip too much at home. What is this? I think you killed the probe, but now your SCV. You have 4 idle SCVs out of 24.
Add-on complete.
Yeah, it appears he was.
Yes, just as I deserve.
Can you do me next? Like mother, like son. There, you didn't add a replay. That's called the critical thinking tax. So, all you did was give me 15 bucks.
Your command center's been spruced up. Your workers are dying one by one.
I like how we put all that effort into the Reaper, and now this Stalker just walks up. It's about to get a 3rd SCV kill. Like, why were the Marines not down here? That Stalker has killed. Well, you might get the Stalker. Oh wait, now there's 2 Stalkers. Now this is a mess. If only we had the foresight to just build a bunker when we saw the Stalker the first time. No. We couldn't have figured out that that Stalker might be a real and present danger. We had to lose a few SCVs first to just really drive the point home.
Add-on complete. Additional supply.
I like how we're adding the bunker, and it's finishing, like, right before moving out. I guess that's fine, but... Okay, so he has a 3rd, so you gotta do damage. Like...
Good. Now I have your attention.
It really doesn't matter very much what he's doing. If he has a 3rd, that's all the information you needed. Whatever he's doing, he can't have that many units. He's probably relying on tech.
Add-on complete.
No. When the medevacs finish, that's when you go. It is time to go.
Research complete.
Go. Now, we're definitely not going to fly across the most obvious location where if he had gone blink, like he should have, but he didn't, apparently. If he went blink, and he had 10 Stalkers right here, which is not unlikely and not uncommon, especially on a map like this, you're definitely not going to fly directly past that location without scanning for observers or scouting ahead, right?
Ready for dust off.
You did go off to the right side. I'll give you that. So now it's gonna take way fucking longer to get there. You know how to split the difference here? Is if there are no units, you go straight to his fucking base. You don't take the goddamn scenic detour. What's the point of doing a 2-1-1 and then spending as much time as it took to do the damn build to get to his base? This isn't a like, oh well, if I just get the 2 medevacs in, that's gonna be the game. The amount of time, I don't know exactly the amount of time. How long does it take the medevacs to get here? Let's do some math. A little bit. Let's do the math. But generally, not like a lot of math, a little bit of math.
Research complete.
Okay, 5:30. We'll say 5:30. Definitely could have loaded up a little quicker, anyways. You don't get to his base. You're unloading at 6:30. You could have cut down half on the time. You could have been here at 6 minutes. That's a full warping round. Full warping round. That's the difference between 3, 5, 8 more Stalkers, like a Colossus finishing or whatever. And, of course, this is a fucking prayer, by the way. With no scan before, with no real, like, other information, you're just like, I'm gonna get in his main and I'm gonna hope for the fucking best. And sometimes it'll work. Like right now. Sometimes you make a bunch of Marines Marauders and get a medevac in his base. And you can win the game. Potentially. Now here's the problem. No matter how many workers you kill, you need a follow-up. And I'll give you, this is where I'll give you some credit. Well, a little bit of credit, not a lot of credit. You built a tank, and then you're like, oh yeah, Widow Mines, because when you weren't thinking, you built a tank, and now you're thinking again. Combat shields did not start, which means these Marines are way more vulnerable. If you had combat shields, multiple tanks... Oh, you built another tank. Okay. No. Just walk. Use your fucking legs. Well, oh, I forgot. You don't have one to stand on. I apologize.
Upgrade complete.
Ready for dust-off.
Like, if you just bring 2 tanks with this army, you're gonna kill them. If you took the Marines out of the bunker, had combat shields, and had 2 tanks, which you're perfectly capable of doing, instead of whatever the fuck this half-assed bullshit is, what is his army? He has 3 his army is 3 stalkers. How is this game not over now? Spoilers, we got 20 more minutes.
I have your attention.
All you have to do is go fucking kill him. As the man whose announcer pack you bought, rest in peace, Day 9 once said, if he's doing something weird, just go fucking kill him. Why are we, like, still dropping him?
Whoops. You forgot to build more depots.
This is the trying too hard. He wasn't scared to attack. He's just scared to do it correctly. Like, let me point out right now. You just killed his 3rd. You have a 3rd. You're up by 40 supply. And still don't have combat shield. I'm pretty sure you've already won the game if you got combat shield. Did you just completely forget combat shield? There it is. Okay. But we're still at the point. His army is 1 Colossus and 10 Stalkers. All you have to do is attack with your tanks. Like, the tanks on their own might win this.
Hopefully it wasn't Neo Steel.
But instead, you're like, you know, I could give you the full treatment, but I don't know if you can handle it. Give you a little nice appetizer, okay? I'm gonna not spend my money. I'm not gonna get my 2-2 upgrades, and I'm just gonna give away half a dozen medevac units for free, just for you, because I was very close to winning against Protoss. But after all those Terrans and GSL kept beating the Protoss, I in Diamond League can't also beat Protoss, because then how will we ever get the buffs we as Terran deserve? I understand.
Mineral field depleted. A mineral patch just went complete.
Like, all you gotta do
Research complete.
is attack.
Mineral field.
What is this getting fucking cloak for ghosts? His army right now is 2 Colossi and 13 Stalkers with 0-0. You could win this with Marines. I wouldn't try it, but... And he's attacking you for some magical reason.
So mother likes son doesn't mean I
How should I share the replay? I do appreciate people who just keep sending me money without ever just taking the information in chat and using it, so I do appreciate that. You can use the Angry Coach command. That details all the information.
Supply depots required.
Why are you building ghosts? Kill him. Go kill him. Even now, it's okay. Like, he has less workers. He has no... okay, he has +1. He has worse upgrades. You've killed his bases. You've got the right army. All you gotta do... You're allowed to attack with siege tanks. You know that, right? Like, you're allowed to take the siege tanks and then put them over to the other side. You don't just have to drop. You can actually attack.
Build a depot. Probably.
You don't have to research anything. All you gotta do. By the way, this is why you're diamond. Not only do you have a perfectly game-winning capable army, of which you're slowly diversifying into useless units, but we're getting there. You have a game-winning army and have for the last 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes. You have been winning. And have the right army. Not only have you decided I'm not going to attack with it, but he has an observer right the fuck here, and while most Protoss, I do agree, have a lot in common with Stevie Wonder, except for the talent part, he may have eyes, we're not sure, but this isn't goddamn helping if he does. It's right, this is the only thing you could do to fuck this up. If you had unsieged all of your tanks, they don't even need to be sieged. They don't even need to be sieged. If you pulled the boys, moved your army, you'd do better than you're doing right now. You're like, I'm gonna bring all of my units except the ones that are good. Okay? That's what we're gonna do. Are there ghosts in here too? Nope. So yeah, we're just going with the M's. Okay? Anything that not an M does not have a permit. Okay? Oh, that was real kind of... And now we're gonna bring the medevacs back. Don't worry, now we lost all the tanks. Still gonna win because he threw away... Despite the worst case scenario, you're still winning hard. He just threw away his whole army. You brought the medevacs back when they were halfway across the map. But you killed all the Colossi. You got money in the bank. Your army supply is tripling his. You got 2-2 finishing. How do you fuck it up from here?
Upgrade complete. Add-on. SCV ready.
Alright, beautiful stutter step, killing the base. That'll do it. Here's the beautiful thing. You still kill one of the Colossi. Despite all of this, you're still winning hard. Way better upgrades. You're still gonna have a better army. He's at +1. You have a 3 upgrade advantage. But the problem with a 3 upgrade advantage is it's hard to use it if your units do not attack.
Mineral field. The add-on completed at the building. You're probably
Coming through.
your command centers.
Okay, and we're going to more... Yeah, we're going with the M's. Everybody knows siege tanks are defensive units. That's all they're used for in Bronze League Heroes. We're not allowed to attack with them, despite upgrading +3 mech weapons. Also, remember... I've heard a word. It was a dirty word in my family. Okay, I understand. A lot of Terrans haven't come around to it yet. The older Terrans. Liberator. No, you can't say it. You can't say it. All right. Can't say it. No.
Add-on upgrade.
Why don't you just kill the army? If you clicked on his army, right now, you could just A-move. I guarantee you, this army, when A-move, no micro, really hopefully no micro, this army wins. Even going straight down the ramp into Archons and Colossi, you have a 3... No, you have a 5 upgrade advantage! This is like fucking Windows XP versus DOS. I don't...
You may now play mineral bases are attack add-on.
At this point, even your Marines counter everything.
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
Oh, no!
What a save!
Like, this is classic victim Terran here.
Vespene guys are exhausted.
Okay, I need to do a few things first. I need to check a few things before we go any further in this game. Let me check one thing. Okay, this is gonna end well. This is gonna end well. That's good. Like, and I mean that there's going to be an ending that we will enjoy. That's what I mean. And then I want to check a couple other things before we get there. I'm teasing it right now. And now we gotta have 1v1. Okay, I can't find his SC2 replay stats account. We'll try to figure that out later. Or can I? No, there's no easy link. But
Good. Now I have your attention.
thank you, Rogressy. 28 months. So, it's finally gotten back to the point where the Protoss has caught up. Despite the best efforts of him to lose the game by throwing away Colossi and armies over and over, giving the tanks an advantage even when they weren't being used at all. But the Protoss has mostly caught up, except obviously in 5 upgrades, which is quite a deficit. Alright? Oh, there are any amount of storms. We need 15 ghosts and to never attack. So there was a point in the game. There was a point in the game we thought about Liberators, I think.
Command center's been
Because he built 2 extra starports on the 3rd base he just gave up on saving. But they're gone now. So...
Good. Now I have your attention.
Thank you, Tierden Sky. We're gonna stick with the classics. So, what move could we make that has not ended the game and has not given up... Well, before it gave a decisive advantage, what move could we make to make sure we can't actually fight his army? Let's do it again. Go with the 3 medevacs in the main and nothing else happening move. A classic tactic. So this way, instead of having, say, I don't know, 126 army supply, we have 30. Makes it much more fair, right? Much better. This is valuable damage we're doing. Alright, so now that we've gotten rid of our army advantage again, for like the 5th time this game, I'm pretty sure by this point, we should be bringing in the relief picture. No, actually, no. You're pitching a no-hitter. For sure. That's how hard you're throwing.
depleted.
I screwed up my baseball analogy.
Mineral field empty.
But
Sacrifice
soon enough, you're going to strike out.
those workers to free up supply. Upgrade complete.
Also, there's a sensor tower, which is... Let there be light.
Time for a timing push. Mineral field depleted.
Okay, we're building ghosts, we're building nukes. And also, once tanks are sieged, we all know you're not allowed to unsiege them again.
Mineral field
That's illegal.
empty. You're maxed.
We're getting ship weapons for the invisible ships. And not even cloak ships, just invisible ones. There's literally nothing that can use ship weapons here. I'm sorry, I apologize. There's one Viking.
You're maxed. Spend money on frivolous production structures. Mineral field depleted. Mineral field empty.
7,200 minerals. 4,000 gas. You might be like, Winter, well, what do you build here? Now, this is like, we've got to cut it. Because there are some games where the Terran player, well, in the Terran versus Protoss, you don't throw away your army 5-6 times. You don't completely botch a massive advantage. You don't completely just do everything you possibly could to fuck it up. Sometimes you'll get here, and it'll just be a straight-up game. So, what do you do then? Range Liberators, Drilling Claws, Widow Mines, plenty of ghosts, and of course, like all this buy. That's the answer. Maybe some tanks in the mix, but Range Liberators. Not like 4. Not like... What I predict is by the end of this game, it's a classic Terran move. He will remember Liberators exist, he will build a handful of them, but it will already be so far gone, and he will lose, and the only thing we remember from that is that I built Liberators, didn't work out, not a good unit.
Sacrifice of Vespine Geyser.
You know, you might actually want to sacrifice those workers to free up supply. He's right. Yeah, get those tanks sieged up. Very important.
Construct your workers.
Well, if you land a nuke.
Our base is under attack. How'd this happen? Upgrade.
How did he so beautifully dodge that? What a god. Okay, so besides not bringing all of the ghosts, this is probably a solid fight. So the only part of the army we forgot before the fight was the most expensive and important one. So par for the course here. The EMP is just in time. What's the play? It's time to drop. By the way, the Protoss has eventually taken, really used this map control. All right, pick up into the medevacs. Back to the comfort zone, baby. Also beautifully, they died at the cannon that he knew was there. Yep, that's a strong Protoss army there. If only there was a unit that could have... If only there were units that could have helped. Unfortunately, like, I'm looking through the Terran tech tree. Like, what do we got? We got Terran units. Okay, so we got Mule. That starts with an M, that's okay. Marine. Reaper, no. Ghost, we'll let it slide. Hellion, no. Hellbat, no. Mine, maybe. Tanks, but only for defense. Cyclone, no. Thor, no. Viking, not really. Medevac, okay. Liberator, no. Raven, no. Battlecruiser, no. Banshee, no. Okay. What does that leave us with? I'd like to buy a vowel. Wait. Are there any units that start with a vowel? Oh, this is not as clever as I thought. What does Liberator doesn't start with a vowel?
Lift off. Burrow. War bells. Mineral.
And here it comes. If only there was some way we could have capitalized that in the last 15 minutes. That would have been helpful info. Zero Liberators built. 0 Ghosts used before the entire army died to Storm. 0 move-outs with the siege tanks.
Your base is under attack.
Ready for dust off.
Now here's the beauty of it, is for more than half of this 27-minute game, for more than half of it, if he had taken all his units and A-moved into his opponent, he would have won. But the times he actually did kind of try to do that, he didn't A-move, he right-clicked and lost all his units. So the thing is, he could have done the same thing. Now I'll give him credit, like with upgrades that he got and then didn't notice his opponent didn't have. He could have done that. But he didn't. He literally, if he had A-moved and walked away from the computer, he would have won this game. There were probably about 5 minutes where I am 100% confident in saying A-move and walk away from the computer is better than whatever the fuck he did. So I need Biggie Snacks. Can you join the Winter SC2 group chat? We're going to do a demonstration. Yes, we're going to continue. You get extra whatever. Or really anyone. All I need is another person in the lobby. That's it. But preferably Biggie Snacks. So this is going to be a C- for me. But we're going to do something I don't often do. But we need to do a live demo. I need to demonstrate how incredibly bad it was. How painful. Like... we just got to. Alright. So there is a very, very rarely used feature in SC2. That I'm going to use here. Resume from replay, yes. I'm going to take control of the units of Mr. Biggie Snacks. And he is going to take control of the Protoss. There's one super obvious point. There are many points. And I am going to... We need to get to that point, and then I'm going to walk away from the computer. That's the plan. It was about 10 minutes in. It was at the third base, when there's Colossi and Archons and all that. Unfortunately, you can't skip forward in the replay any quicker than this. You can technically click on the replay bar, fun fact, but it still moves at the same speed because of the way replays work. So, and it just gives you a black screen and a minimap then, so might as well. We're doing all this. Remember, well, the Units tab tells the story. The Protoss has nothing, but this is not the point. This should have never done so much damage. But the point is when you have a glaring advantage and just refuse to take advantage of it. Let's see. All right. Wasn't there a there was a fight with Archons involved? There's a lot of these fights, but I think the final once I knew there was a time when I knew, okay, he's just given up on trying to win. This fight happens. This might happen in a normal game. Like I can see this happening. He loses this. How terrible. How horrible. Okay. We're gonna go in with this army.
Ready for dust off.
Upgrade complete.
Oh, they're supposed to be Archons.
A mineral patch just went kaput.
Redo it? I can't easily redo.
You lost.
Oh, fuck.
You're better.
The fight had Archons in it. I gotta tell them to make the Archons. Alright, we'll get there again. We can do it again. One more! No, it needs to be demonstrated. Redo! No, that's the fight. That's the fight. It's after, like, I gave all the benefit of the doubt. What I mean is, we had some rough patches to start. And got into an awkward situation, mostly of our own choosing. But, we still have what we have. And then, because what happened is the army... Well, I'll show you what happened. You see, this replay system is a bit of a mess. He's like, well, give me 5 minutes. Storm, and... Alright, we're getting there. No idea why we built the Ghost Academy, but we did. That base is on the way. A little bit of a base trade action happening. Like, at any point before this, just attacking would have destroyed everything. But, like, obviously the Tank Marine Marauder army would beat that, but that's not the point. Okay, so here's the original fight. Going in, kill the base. Oh, the EMPs do come off. We're doing that fight. Let's do it.
Mineral patch just went kaput.
Ready for dust off.
EMP is not a move and walk away. He EMP'd in the fight. We watched the original version. He EMPs and then fucks it up.
Field depleted.
Armed and ready.
Guys are exhausted. I miss the days when they just depleted.
I'm on it. Gateway coming.
We've all learned a valuable lesson, and it's that microwing will usually fuck you over.